Midnight Club. In my opinion, the one game series that would be perfect for a reboot or a remaster. I can remember playing for hours upon days on this series, over on the PS2 when I was younger, and it got me thinking recently, why don't they do a reboot like so many racing games are doing these days, or a complete remaster to overhaul the complete game and make it into a modern day classic? My name is Kronos, and today we'll be diving a little into this topic and seeing what options we have. For those who don't know, Midnight Club is a racing series that takes place amongst a smattering of American cities and Japanese cities. It's heavily focused on street racing and customization, allowing players to create their own unique cars. Midnight Club is made by Rockstar's San Diego group and was a hit back when it released on the PlayStation 2. The series had a variety of games along this timeline, with my personal standout being Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. The soundtrack, the locations, the vibes, the memories, the cars, the customization, the map, it was all perfect for me. The first in the series, Midnight Club Street Racing, came out in the year 2000, with Midnight Club 2 coming out a few years later in 2003. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition came out in 2005 when I myself was only 9 years old, a perfect time to get into the racing game. The remix to Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition then came out a year later in 2006, bringing all the details from the first Dub Edition game and adding in 24 new vehicles such as GMCs, Infinitis, Paganis and Sions, a new city in Tokyo with 25 new licensed songs with additional races and battle maps, as well as a recoloured menu UI, being recoloured from mostly blue or gold to a red, black and silver interface. For those who don't know, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition was the first game in the series to include car modification with both visual and performance, and by winning the races the player could unlock more parts to apply, which were divided into 4 classes, C, D, B and A, depending on the performance. There are 5 types of races in the game: ordered races, circuit races, unordered races, autocross races, track races and frenzy races. In the ordered races, the player races through the city on a course marked by the yellow-orange flares to reach the designated finish line. In the circuit races, the player races on a circuit course through the city for a set number of laps. In unordered races, the player is free to go through the scattered checkpoints in any order before crossing the finish line. Autocross races takes place in a walled-in circuit of the street with no traffic or police, the goal being to finish the circuit faster than a set time. Track events, which were available in the arcade mode, which are similar to autocross races, except that the player competes against other races inside the barricaded track, often taking more damage. Frenzy events were also available in the arcade, and they are time trial races, where the player gets every 15 seconds a nitrous boost, and also the handbrake won't work and the race only ends when the time is over. Players can also create their own races in the race editor in this game, which was an insane feature back in 2005, way ahead of its time, and wasn't actually available on the PlayStation Portable version either. Players can create either a circuit, an ordered or unordered race by placing the checkpoints through the city, and can change the racing conditions such as the traffic, weather and the time of day. The game even included an online mode where players could race with each other from around the world, where the created tracks from single player could also be used online as well. And according to the developer Rockstar San Diego, the 3 cities present in the initial 2005 release of the game were chosen due to their significance to the game's automotive and racing themes. Atlanta was chosen for its pioneering of automobile customization, Detroit due to its status as the birthplace of the US automotive industry, and San Diego for its influence on the development of its street racing culture. Probably one of the best of the series for most people, however, would be what came next: Midnight Club Los Angeles, or Midnight Club LA. In October 2008, this one came out after a few delays. This is the last standalone game to come from the series, with the remix for this one coming out in the same year, and then the Midnight Club LA Complete Edition releasing 1 year later in 2009. Midnight Club LA is the game that brought a new experience to racing fans, with new dynamic weather system implementations, 24-hour day and night cycles, weather effects, traffic effects, full or half traffic, etc., and licensed vehicles. The new system made it to alter the gaming experience, making vehicles prone to sliding on the slick surfaces. Rage was also used for this game as well, which is the engine that Rockstar uses for their games, allowing the game to look crisp and feel modern. Police return in this game, but are no longer scripted to a specific race like in the previous ones. They take notice of simple infractions within the game world, such as running red lights, speeding, burning out, hitting their cars or nearby cars, and driving off-road. And if they're caught, players have the choice of pulling over, which will initiate a special cutscene when the police car approaches, or leading the police into a pursuit. The game goes into pursuit mode after a period of time, or if the police lose sight of the player. And this will also happen if the player decides to start the engine and flee the scene during the pullover cutscene. Infractions causing the game to go directly to the pursuit mode include speeding and excessively damaging a police car, whilst police authorities will chase the player no matter where they are, and the longer the player evades the capture, the higher the fine the player has to pay if they get arrested. If the player's vehicle takes too much damage or is totaled during the pursuit, they are also arrested. This game also featured the race editor once more, the social club from Rockstar Games, and a new aspect of online multiplayer, which was Rate My Ride, in which players could go online to view, rate and sell or buy user-modified vehicles. Unfortunately, most of the online features were then removed due to the closure of GameSpy, which was in relation to this game in 2014. All of this info, combined with the success of the Midnight Club as a franchise and as a whole, leaves up a lot of hope that this will be revisited very soon. If not already in pre-development, fans are eager for a new entry, and that does include me. Who knows? The next time I make a video on this, we could actually be saying the words Midnight Club is back. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Kronos, and I will see you next time.